What is up, everybody? Carl O'Connor, aka Buzz Lightyear, back at it, working on the Tamiya King Hauler again. Gonna make some big progress today. We're basically putting the rear differentials in the rear differential housing and putting the housings together. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started here. Basically, we've got all our differential housings. Basically, one's going to be a two-side diff, and then the other one's just going to be a one-sided diff. First things first, you're going to want to take your pinion gear down here and put some grease on it. Alright, there's that one. And then put some grease down here. And that pinion gear, turn that pinion gear a little more. There we go. Alright, there's two. And the third one. Okay, there's the third one. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grease up our primary gear here. The, what freaking gear is that? Your diff gear. That's what they're calling it. Grease the heck out of this. Because if you don't grease this is going to be noisy, and then noisy is... It's not going to be the right kind of noisy. We don't want a big diesel noisy. Not a metal on metal gear noise. Alright, so we're going to get that all nice and filled. Alright. So then we're going to take our diff half, lay it down in here, and then we're going to take our bearings and set them into the bearing seats here. Alright, so that one's in. That one's in. I just got this side. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to build the double-sided diff. So, as you can see here, I'll make it. So this side's got holes for screws, and then these other halves here, yeah, like this one that has spots for nuts. So basically, you're going to need to do your double-sided diff. You're going to need one side with screws and one side with nuts, both with a pinion gear on them. All right. So now that we got that, we can go ahead and put the other side together and just press it together. And everything looks to be lining up nice. Give that a little spin, Rudy. Alright, that's turning nice there. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and see how these nuts fit in that diff, and then I'm going to take a screw and just start the screw on the other side there. Alright, not tighten them down, just get them started. And just keep working. New screw. New screw. Phrasing. Alright. Alright, so that's two. I'm going to do the other outer ones. Just kind of hold everything together here. Maybe a bit of a long video, guys. I apologize, but there's a lot to do in this step. Alright. just thinking the nuts, it doesn't say to Loctite them. So I'm not going to. But if I have any problems with them loosening up at any point, you bet that I am going to Loctite them. Kind of funny that they wouldn't tell you to Loctite them, but heck, maybe Tamiya knows more than me. They probably do because they've been doing this longer. Been making amazing products for a very long time. Alright. So there's that, and then 2 more on this one. And that'll put that together. Alright. That screw in. That nut on. Yeah, you're going to want to make sure that the nuts are sitting down in the grooves for the nuts, that they're not, you know, cattywampus or anything like that. And, alright. So, now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten them down. Start with the outside ones here. I'm doing them by hand because I want to be able to feel it. Just feel if anything's binding or pinching or anything like that. Alright, so that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn my axle here. And as you can see, bam, that side's turning. And that side's turning. So everything's engaging right. And we're looking good. Alright, so now we need to put our joint cups on. Alright, so if you'll notice, go ahead and bring up the camera here. The pinion gear has or the pinion shaft has a flat on it, and your cup has a spot for a set screw. That's what the word I'm trying to find. So you're going to want to match the hole in the coupler with the flat, and then you're going to want to put a dab of thread seal on it. I'm just going to put a dab of thread seal on the inside, bam, like so. Alright, cool. And then take my set screw, take my Allen tool here. Alright, I'm just going to start it, and then I'm going to put my Allen on the flat. Go ahead and tighten it down. Okay. That one's on there. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we're going to put my drop of thread locker on here. Alright. Got the drop of thread locker, need my set screw. Start my set screw, so it's sitting in there. Find my flat, match my set screw to my flat, tighten her down. Okay, that's that, and once again, just want to turn it, make sure everything's turning, make sure all the gears are engaging. And that is that one. Alright, so that's our through diff. And then our next one is our regular one-sided diff. So once again, we've got our grease on our pinion gear. Need to grease up our main gear here. Oops. Alright, now we're just going to spread this one out. Okay. One more right there. That looks pretty good. I don't know what happened to my tissue. So, hell. That's why I got pants. Alright. So once again, we're going to line up our bearings in our bearing slots here. That one goes there. That one goes there. Okay, get this side in. That goes there. That one goes up there. Alright. So now all that's there, sitting nice. That's spinning nice. Alright. I'll put our diff half together. Get a little bit of grease coming out, but I'll clean that up in a minute. Alright, so same thing. We're just going to sit here and put screws and screw holes and put nuts on. Okay. Hold that nut. Put that screw in. Same thing, starting on the outside and just working my way in. Nothing tightened down yet. Just leaving everything fairly loose. Just kind of, just so it holds everything together. Alright, and then, it's amazing how many screws are in this kit and how many you wind up using on some of these steps. You know, sit down and you think, God, 16 screws for, you know, to put two differentials together seems like a lot to me. I don't know. Alright. But it is what it is. Two more, and then, oop. Alright, so there's the nut. Put the screw in the hole. And tighten it. Grease on my hands and I can't grab anything right now. Alright, one more screw. So now that we've got all the screws and nuts in, we're going to tighten it down. Amazingly, these discs were really easy to build overall. Very, very happy with this Tamiya kit. Things go on together really, really well. And I just gotta get my damn thread locker on my coupler here. Bam. And then start my set screw. Oops, set my set screw upside down. That's not good. Alright, so start the set screw here. Get it start straight. Alright, so that's started. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and turn this real quick, just make sure. Alright, so that's nice and smooth. Then we're going to line our flat up with our set screw. Tighten it down. Alright. Give everything a turn, make sure everything still works. It does. And boom! We have our differentials ready to go into the chassis. And when they go into the chassis, that'll be step, let's find out here. Step 11, next step. Rear axles are going into the chassis. So that'll do it for step 10. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. And we will see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.